Welcome to this special edition of Mock the Week. This show is a selection of outtakes, best of material, and a lot of stuff you won't have seen before. Hope you enjoy it. Yes, the answer I was looking for was Tory's launch election campaign. It's election time again, with David Cameron saying this year's vote could not come soon enough. Although the date is as yet to be confirmed by the Prime Minister, the Conservatives have begun announcing their policies in a bid to woo voters and regain power. So how do they launch the campaign?
Well, mainly by putting up a big poster of his face.
Yes.
Where he's wearing so much makeup, he might as well just say, Tory, because you're worth it.
It is astonishing. It is. I just think they should have run. It's like on 760 poster sites. They should have just run this poster instead. Look at my big shiny face. Look at it. Look at it. Look at the way this. Look at the way my forehead glow follows you around the room.
He looks like a cross between David Dickinson and Pingu.
A cross that we've all been waiting a long time to see.
To be honest, that penguin vote, no one's gone after that before. If you did all of his things by waddling around.
If they ever did that, they would close down CBeebies, wouldn't they? What are you doing, Dickinson? Leave him alone.
Take it, you little bastard. Take it.
I can't waddle away quick enough.
How much do you have to love yourself, you know, to launch your campaign with no policies and just a big picture of your own face? You know, we kind of now know what both leaders are going to say to us. Gordon Brown's going to say, don't trust the Tories, they'll put up taxes. And basically David Cameron saying, don't you wish your girlfriend was high? Don't you?
What you have to remember is that Cameron was in PR. I mean, I was 12 years old when I had a paper round.
I'm very. It's a poster. He's trying to sell it. He's trying to sell it on the NHS, isn't he? That's the image he's got. It's all about the NHS. And now I'm slightly worried that Gordon Brown is going to have a poster about health as well, with a big picture of Gordon Brown, and then next to it, catch it, kill it, bin it.
I not only have issues with the big shiny face, I also have problems with the slogan.
Yeah.
You know, because every time I see that, we can't go on like this, in my brain the bit goes, with suspicious minds.
See what he also said, didn't he? He said there are some parts of Britain where actually you're more likely to see your dad drunk than doing a day's work. I wonder where that is then. Is it the House of Commons, by any chance?
I mean, my dad doesn't drink, but generally there are parts of Britain in which one is more likely to see your father drunk than at work. Like a pub, for example. What are you doing here? Well, I don't work here. What the hell are you doing here?
Yeah. When I was little, right, my dad used to enjoy a drink. He won't mind me telling the nation.
But you used to enjoy a drink.
No, but listen, man, it's really weird. So I remember once I was asleep and I heard,
Greetings, Russell.
I was terrified. And it took me 2 weeks to figure out that he'd put a walkie-talkie underneath my bed. And every time he was getting him pissed, he's like, oh, yeah, I'll scare him. So it is good when dads drink.
Was there another bit in the middle of getting drunk where he'd sober up and realised that this was a horrendous thing to do to a child?
It's not horrendous, it's hilarious. I found it. Did I confront him? Put it under my brother's bed. So
we had friends who had a baby monitor, and they were staying in a hotel with a baby monitor with a baby next door, and you could talk through your side of the monitor and talk to your child in the next room, right? So when they heard the child crying, and they went, no, it's all right, you can go to sleep, it's OK, we're only next door, it's all fine. And then they heard the small child replying and go, OK, good night, wall.
That's wrong. Now we play a game called Picture of the Week. I show the panel an image from a recent story and ask them to tell me what's going on. So teams, what's going on here?
A very short policeman and a very tall policeman.
This is the controversial new Bring Your Child to Work.
That's harsh. That's harsh.
Is this from Heat magazine, the story that Deck has got a part in the bill without telling Ant?
I reckon he's saying, you couldn't buy me some fags, could you?
Do you know what's great about this story? He is the smallest policeman in the country. He's 5 foot tall, right? The woman laughing, just the idea of it. But he's made 17 arrests this week, and I bet you money a lot of those revolve around the words Oompa Loompa Doo. What did you say?
Yeah. But I'd say most of the handcuffs are around people's ankles.
Do you know he's a black belt in karate? Is he? Yeah. He
I
can't fit the
retract
belt around
everything
him.
I've just said about the man.
But what's bizarre about it, right? He can arrest a man, but he can't go on some rides at Alton Towers. So if you're ever running away from him, just go on a ride he can't get on.
He's actually not that small, right? It's
He's 5 foot. That's pretty small.
It's very small, but he's not like, you know, tiny.
If you think he's saying to the other one, I hope nobody's photographing this, I look ridiculous.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Do you know what his nickname is? What his nickname is?
Piglet.
No. No, not Piglet. There was no way this was going to be treated sensitively here, was there? There was no way it was going to be. Good for him. Good for him. And getting a job that would have previously been shut down to him. No.
His nickname, Inspector Gadget?
No. Nickname is Laptop.
People say he isn't really useful, but he can be very useful because you think about it, they can dress him up as a kid and catch Peter. Just put him near some swings, and he's a black belt. When the nonce arrives, kabang!
The one on the left's wearing an overcoat, and the one on the right isn't. And it just goes to prove, once again, that when it comes to performance, a Mac is head and shoulders over a PC.
In other news, who has gobbled up Cadbury this week?
Kraft, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Kraft, whose only contribution to human progress so far is the invention of cheese that can also be used as a bookmark.
The guy who invented Kraft, I think it was like John Kraft or something, his original job, where the company built itself, he was a door-to-door cheese salesman.
Well, actually...
If was someone from another era, would you ever trust, ding dong, would you like some cheese? No! A man walking door to door.
I could beat that. My mate, when he was younger, used to be a door-to-door karate salesman. Can he do karate? No, he can't.
That question there could have been answered so many... You could have asked that question any week. Who gobbled up Cadbury's this week? Obviously, this week it's Kraft. Most weeks it would be sad, lonely women at that sort of...
I'll tell you what, though...
I'm not lonely.
And also... there is something...
I'm genuinely worried about dairy milk, though, because I don't know where it's my one source of milk.
If it wasn't for dairy milk, your bones would be nothing, you know?
On the news, they kept saying, they just kept saying that Cadbury's had been taken over by an American food giant. I was thinking, you're going to have to be more specific, because about half the population of America could technically be described as American food giant.
Truly, you could say him as the Jolly Green Giant. He's one of yours, isn't he? He's British. You could say that he could defend...
He's British. He's fictional, Dara.
Oh, well, that's fictional British.
So he's green. What would make you think he wasn't one of yours?
Would anyone worry about British institutions becoming foreign when the royal family have been German since 1700?
There's a guy called Ray Egan. Ray Egan is a retired policeman who stands outside British companies when they're about to be bought in order to protest it, actually, and stands like that, dresses up as John Bull, Kraft. What I love about it is the fact he goes, hey, hey, not just Kraft go to hell, but hey, so Kraft will turn, yeah? Go to hell.
There was this big thing with all the phone debates when people were phoning up complaining, and it was beautiful moments of radio. I don't know if anyone heard it, but there was a woman on the phone saying, it's terrible what they've done, it's terrible that we're allowing them to sell a British institution like Cadbury's. And the radio presenter, it was Jeremy Vine, he actually said, well, are you going to join the calls for a boycott of Cadbury's chocolate? She went, oh, I won't go that far.
My sister bought me a box of 48 bars, the standard size bars of dairy milk for Christmas, and I think she thought it would be like one a day and it would last for ages, and I just opened it with a kitchen knife. I did think about putting them all out on the bed and like writhing around naked like an indecent proposal.
Don't do that. Never mix
They're
sex
hard.
and chocolate. Women
Really?
tend to look like morph.
Our next round is called Newsreel. We play in a recent piece of footage featuring people in the news and ask Hugh to suggest what might be being said. This week's clip features the G20 leaders.
Well, saving the world financial system, that was me. What else? Inventing the space hopper, that was me. Battle of Agincourt, that was me.
So, Obama, we need to talk about Gordon Brown.
Yes, I know. He's claiming credit for everything. It's a problem. He needs to be stopped.
Yes, well, I will have a word with our friends, the Russians, see if they can use their methods.
Yeah, well, that's okay, but when it happens, my country can't be implicated in any way. There must be no mess, and we don't know what happened, okay?
Oh, my piles.
Hey, Dimitri, we're just talking about you. Yes, I know. I have you bugged. It's about Gordon Brown. Yes, the Gordon Brown problem. Well, leave it with me. I'll talk to Putin. So, it needs to look like an accident, yes?
Oh, time for my Viagra.
Your chair's over there. No chair's over there. No moving. Shut up. Oh, Nico. I'll be with you in a minute. I'm just looking through the Hollyoaks calendar 2010. Oh, look at the bets on that.
Could you do Berlusconi in a 2-for-1 deal?
Well, let's have a look round. Look, there's Gordon Brown. He's taking credit for the moon landings. It's unbelievable. Hey, wait a minute. Where is my speech? Someone has stolen my speech. Where's my speech? We have done what you asked, Master. We have stolen Chinese delegate speech. That's it. Look up. Look round. Look presidential.
Where's the Viagra's working?
Oh, no. Hang on. That is the microphone. Oh, God, this speech is so boring. Where's my speechwriter? Where's my speechwriter? Is Michael McIntyre about? So, Gordon, will you let me a speech? If you don't, I'm gonna look like a fucking dick. So, with Tendulkar moving on to 51, India 430 to 3.
Well done, Hugh. Okay. In other news, what have we learned about pet owners this week?
We've learnt, apparently, that if you own a cat, that means you're more intelligent.
Yes, that was the survey that was said, yes.
Which is absolute nonsense. Owning a cat doesn't help your life in any way. I used to have a ginger cat, and I woke up with it on my face. I don't know if you've ever experienced terror like that. You're asleep and then... I've been headbutted by Anne Robinson, right? And we never knew where he was. We had this cat in our house. Every so often you just hear... It's like a Ginger alien moving around, right? The worst moment, this happened, right? I just got out of the shower, I was naked, and I was looking for some pants on the floor. I bent down, I generally heard... Right? And my cat was in my cupboard, obviously saw my balls and went, hello? Went up and went this. Just caught one of them, made one ball hit the other. He was using me like an executive toy. And here's the horrible thing, it wasn't entirely unpleasant.
You've now got a mental image that you, in fact, have 5 testicles.
To be honest, if I had 5 balls, I wouldn't be on this show. I'd be in some German circus. Behold!
It is this ludicrous myth, though, that cat owners, and I own cats, but the myth that they're independent, whereas dogs are not independent. As opposed to dogs can learn and cats cannot learn, because dogs have bigger brains, more intelligent. Because it's just transposing human traits onto animals. Oh, they're very independent the way they wander off. They're not really independent. Yeah. You never come home and go, how's the cat? And your wife goes, still talking about moving to Paris. Very independent, I can.
You sat there like that.
I am bored of this place. I wish you strike out on my own.
It's like when they say a dog is a man's best friend, and I always think that's a bit presumptuous, because the dog would be like, well, yeah, we're friends, but we're not best friends. I mean, I once got off with your leg, but that doesn't count.
Talking of intelligence, though, this was researched by the University of Bristol.
That's right.
Yeah, and you're thinking, why? Why have they bothered to do that? They also found out, apparently, if you own a cat, you're less likely to own a dog. Oh, well done, the University of Bristol. You're probably also less likely to own a pet mouse, be allergic to fur, or hate cats.
In other political news, whose human rights has David Cameron not been supporting this week?
Burglars, Dara.
Can you believe it?
He now says that burglars, when they enter your house, have no human rights, which is a bit of a flip-flop, wasn't it? Because he wanted us to hug a hoodie. He now wants us to clobber a robber.
Yes, the policy that he has.
And it's hilarious, isn't it? Like, what I love about, whenever there's any story about, like, sort of robbers coming into your house, how macho blokes go, I tell you what, they come into my house, I'll knock them out. I'll say this now, if any burglars arrive at mine, take the lot. I'll be under my bed weeping, that's what I'm doing.
I think you shouldn't be allowed, fight a burglar in your house, but you should definitely be allowed do some weird sexual stuff to me. I will turn you out, burglar. You're going to feel like you're already in prison.
Why, by the way, is Mylene Class involved in all this?
Because she was there were people in her garden. There were intruders in her garden, and she waved a kitchen knife at them. She was cautioned by the police, largely for waving the kitchen knife, but mostly for shouting,
OK.
"This isn't just a kitchen knife. This is a cold steel, hardened Marks and Spencer's kitchen knife."
Actually, it should be pointed out, like, I mean, that is how the story was reported, but the police don't, have no record of ever giving out to her for, the term is brandishing a kitchen knife. You think, like, it wasn't as if, like, when she saw them, she went all ninja on their ass and started, like, daubing blood on their face at the window, slamming the glass against the patio, and then she turned off the lights.
Somebody's waving.
Wouldn't that be creepy if you were in Mylene Class's house and she cut her own phone line?
Suddenly, she flicks a switch and suddenly the walls are all in ultraviolet. You're in Mylene's house now. You're in Mylene's house now. And you're not leaving.
And there you hear the piano.
The piano. Really at the higher end of the piano.
If you see someone waving a knife out of a kitchen window, generally that means, "Would you like some cake?"
Cake. It does where you live, man.
Good timing, Margaret. We're just serving up. Yeah.
Well, cake, it's lovely. It's a chocolate sponge. Just
To be honest, Hugh, you didn't grow up in certain areas of Bristol. That doesn't mean that at all.
Does it not mean?
Oh, me? We dancing?
Victoria sponge. It's just come out of the Arga. Lovely.
Where did you grow up? In a Just William book?
Who's recently come out of hiding?
Tiger Woods.
Yes, indeed.
I'm not convinced of this whole idea of sex addiction clinics. All these sex addicts going around other people who are also sex addicts. It'd be like going to Overeaters Anonymous and finding that everybody else in the class is in fact a cake.
I've got to be honest with you, it's unfair everyone's having a go at him. He's called Tiger. If you're called Tiger and you're not doing a bit of shagging, there's something wrong.
But apparently in the clinic, he's getting preferential treatment, isn't he? And all the other inmates, whatever they're called,
I'm not sure how strict it is, to be honest.
In
they're getting really annoyed at him, and it's just really upsetting for them because they can't even have a wank to calm down.
That's not why you have a wank, by the way.
I'm going to have to
I'm livid now. Either that programme has offended me. I should either write a letter to the BBC or crack one off. I don't know which.
How funny is that?
What are the economic implications, by the way?
He's lost some sponsorship. Accenture, they've said that they're not going to sponsor him anymore.
He's lost Gillette as well, hasn't he?
He has lost Gillette,
apparently razors aren't the best a man can get anymore. It's just it's a hot tub full of slag.
What other nominees for our image of the week? What's going on here?
That is the face of Jesus on the naan bread.
Yes,
or possibly a posing pouch for an evangelical Christian.
It is a weird Christian thing and a weird Catholic thing to see images of Christ with the Virgin Mary. I mean, for this one, for example, what's that in?
That's Jesus in someone's back. It looks like someone's been bruised.
It is a bruise.
Is it a bruise?
Jesus in a bruise.
Is it really?
Someone got bruised.
That looks more like Albert Einstein.
Yeah. It does, yeah, it is.
That is a good call, man.
Young Einstein, darker hair, in a bruise. Yeah.
If maybe Jesus appeared at the curry, right? Because, they'd ordered some bread and then 4 lagers, and he was thinking, no, should have a glass of red wine to go with the bread. I'd better appear and tell them. I mean, some joke like that.
I've never seen something give up as elegantly as that. You know what I mean? Like, there's some wine, some bread.
Basically, that was the IKEA of jokes. Here's the stuff.
Let's just lean it together, lean it off each other.
That goes there, that goes there. You don't need me.
Let's just hammer it together.
No. I'm going to
I have
pretend.
other guns for some
That's
reason.
all right.
I have a load. I'm just tooled up this
all
week
right.
with foam weaponry.
This is my own recreation of the Dam Busters.
Was ist das? Oh, de Wasser, de Wasser!
And now a special... No, sorry. That woman's laugh is amazing. Sorry.
It was a horrific crime. It was a horrific crime. A woman was attacked with a blowtorch. Wish it was you.
That's the highest a British rocket has ever gone.
I'll ask. These are other questions to the ones I've
Can I
already
just
had to
ask a
correct.
quick
No,
question?
you're already doing the thing, which is the reason I've had to do it again.
We're going to break you, darling.
Oh,
We're gonna
I
break
broke
you.
about an hour and a half ago. I am floating above this, having an out-of-body experience. This thing. I could no more give a shit. My bladder is blocked up the fucking wazoo, right? Our first topic, please. Kevin, you're not in position.
I need some technical assistance as well. Can I just clip this back on?
That runs his arse. He can't sit down if his arse isn't working, can he? He'll fall through the chair.
That's on the belt, that's why it's difficult.
That's all right.
Oh, that's good. Cheers, mate.
That's going to be in the outtakes. Just you getting fingered by a man.
By a competition winner.
Really very emotional when Barack Obama got in, because I genuinely never thought I'd be able to say in my lifetime that the President of the United States is fit. You know,
Whoa. You got Will
whoa.
Smith. Well, you banked Clinton. Come on.
Yeah, I would, but I mean, if there's money involved, of course I would.
What a weird moment on TV, me pimping out Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton's like a
So wait,
meerkat.
just-
Hey, where? What?
If you like it, then you should have.
Who wants to come in with that? Jack.
That was a bit. Can I do it without the hay? It was really weird. It was like a half hay, and I could have minced on as well. Can I just try a little bit more manly?
Okay, fine. Yeah.
I can't even get it in
That's
here.
also not impressive. Really, you're.
Just let me get in the zone.
Yeah. Can you get into the zone? You get that butch vibe you've been rocking for a while now. Because I know a lot of women are going, that is a man who could father some kids for me right now. One last attempt because I'm running out of
Go on,
footballs.
go on,
Okay.
go on, go on.
Please, bro.
Slow, yes, let's do it properly. Here we go. Come on.
Oh, fine. Okay, Grant. Yeah, okay. Sorry. You need to move faster, Milton. And then you walk there. I give you the points. And you walk back briskly at a good pace. Everyone's home. Nobody gets hurt. Life is good.
Iraq, Afghanistan, Zimbabwe. That was a badly planned cycling holiday.
You've gone too far now. Okay, here we go. The first subject tonight is unlikely things to hear at an awards ceremony.
Our next award is for most inaccurate weather forecast of the year. Let's look at the 9,000 nominees.
Welcome to the Islamic Awards for Acting, or as we call them, the Moscas.
Oh, gosh, so many people to thank. Where to begin? Obvious one, I suppose. Hitler. What?
And the award for best envelope glue goes to...
Now, Teacher of the Year. Quieten down. It's your own time you're wasting.
Time now for us to celebrate some of the stars of show business who sadly are still with us.
I'll just open the envelope. Oh, it's full of gold.
And the award for special effects goes to the team behind Gordon Brown's smile.
And now we're going to watch a film showing some of the people that we've lost this year, including 2 you didn't even know were dead.
I'd bang that, I'd bang that, wouldn't bang that, I'd bang that. Anyway, the award for Best Actress goes to...
Welcome to the Accident at Work Awards.
And winner of the Suicide Bomber of the Year. I'm afraid they couldn't be with us tonight.
And the winner of the Best Scientist in Physics is... There's no ramp, Stephen Hawkins, it's not you.
Okay, the next topic is unlikely lines to hear in a Hollywood blockbuster.
Nemo, where the fuck have you been?
Look, Mr. Bond, do you want to hire the Ford Focus or not?
Mr. Vader, we are the child support agency.
You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. Welcome to the Fox News Channel.
Warning, this film contains Jennifer Aniston.
Spider-Man, look out! It's rolled up newspaper man!
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, where do you want to go, Hans?
E.T. got bone.
I've worked out what to do with Goldfinger. What we do is we put him in a big envelope marked Cash My Gold.
What do you think of my Fathers for Justice costume, Robin?
Cracking heroin, Gromit.
Look, I'm just an ex-Prime Minister standing before an Iraq inquiry, asking them to love him.
Oi! 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 Hermione! Cocos Ingorgio!
So this mission is impossible. Let's not bother.
Andy Dufresne. When he walked into Shawshank, I knew he was fucked.
Revenge will be mine, Mr. Bond, when we meet in small claims court.
Use the Force, Luke! And if that doesn't work, turn it off and turn it back on again.
One more. Everyone clap, Agent.
No.
Keep it rolling!
Who needs satire?